Hey everyone, John here. Sitting in my mobile office, and I decided I would answer a question I get from time to time. Do we charge a trip charge to our customers? And the short answer to this is both yes and no. Yes, in the sense that we have a trip charge as part of our overall site fee that we charge on a monthly basis. We do not charge individual trip charges every time we go to a customer. And I know this might seem a little confusing, and so hopefully I can explain it here for you. So, as part of our monthly agreements to all of our customers, we also have a line item called our site fee. And our site fee is basically a fee that we charge per location for each customer. And this covers everything from their networking equipment that we manage and monitor to the actual trip to go out there. Now, most of our customers we visit on a monthly basis, in person, on site. And I know that might sound strange to you because a lot of our competitors won't do this. They're strictly remote only unless they need to go there. We, on the other hand, have scheduled monthly visits that we do as part of our overall services. And so, how we calculate our site fee is again based on their networking equipment, but also it's also determined how far away they are from our offices. So we are located in a very large metropolitan city in the United States. And typically, our customers can be an hour away, sometimes an hour and a half away on average. And so, what we had to do was come up with a way that we could charge these customers a fair rate for us coming on site and also giving us room to make money, right? Because time is not free. And so what we've done is we take the distance from our office to their location and we calculate that distance against the national mileage rate. And then we take that figure, multiply it the number of times that we expect to go to that client site each month, and then we take that figure and we calculate an additional 20 to 25% on top. And what does the 20 to 25% cover? Well, that covers unscheduled visits. It covers also the fluctuation in gas prices and those type of things. Because our agreements are typically 3 years in term, we have to make sure that we are prepared for anything that might occur. And so that additional 20 to 25% added on gives us that flexibility. Now, most of our competitors will charge a trip charge every time they go out because they don't have scheduled visits. They only go on site when it's necessary. Us, on the other hand, we decided a long time ago that we would actually perform on site visits every week, every 2 weeks, or once a month, depending on the customer's needs and size. And that has given us a really high customer satisfaction rate compared to being remote only. Now, do we support our customers remotely? Of course, absolutely. But I have found through many, many years of doing this that the customers have a higher satisfaction if you're on site. Now, another question I get asked, well, do I pay my consultants for their trip? And the answer is absolutely. Our consultants will track their mileage to these customer locations, and then they submit that mileage as part of their time card to us, and then we pay them the national mileage rate for those miles. So yes, they do get compensated for it as well. And again, that's where this fee comes in as part of their overall site. Now, another example is we have a client that's located here in the city, but they have a satellite office in a totally separate city. And that city is about 2.5, 3 hours away. So they have a separate site charge for that second location. Now, because we support that site as if it were a full-time location, we actually will have a separate site charge for that location as part of their overall agreement. So in their case, they have two site charges on their bill. Their main location that's near our offices, and then the one that's 2 to 3 hours away. Now, because they have the separate location that's further away, we only visit that location maybe once every month and a half. And so that site charge reflects that. Because we're only there once a month, maybe once every month and a half, it actually comes out to about the same as the site that we visit every week here that's nearby. Now, we also have a client who is located in a completely different state, actually quite halfway across the country. And so, because we can't drive to that location, we don't visit there very often. And so, their site fee only contains network equipment, maintenance of that, and monitoring of that. However, we do not have mileage in there simply because we're not doing it. If we do ever have to go there, then they have agreed that they will pay us to travel via air, of course, to that location along with lodging. And so that's typically done as on a need by need basis or a project basis. Now, what happens if we do a project for a client that's in this area? Yes, we will typically pad into that project travel time to that location. And does it show up as a separate line item as a trip fee? No. We will take the overall project, and I will typically add a certain percentage based on what the project is to compensate us for the travel to that location. And that also is determinant whether it's an after hours project, weekend project, whatever the case may be. But yes, we would typically build that into the overall project scope. So there you have it. I hope this answers that question. If you have any further questions about it, please leave a comment below. We will be more than happy to answer it for you. And until the next video, see ya.